Hello everyone. So today, like I've said before, we're going to do it's going to be an unboxing review. I'm going to do an unboxing review of Nendoroid 1909 Mary Satome. She's my favorite character from the Kakegurui franchise. I have heard mixed things about her, Nendoroid wise. But I thought I would do a comparison and contrast because I went and got Yumeko out. And I thought I'd do a comparison and contrast because I was like, okay, I don't really like the slits in the arm. So if I could use I kind of want to see if the parts are interchangeable. Like if the red in the uniforms are match or not. But yeah, I kind of wanted to compare and contrast because one of the faces, I saw a review on it and it looked like the open mouth face looks different on the release version versus the prototype or what's on the images. So anyways, I'm really still excited about opening her and seeing what she looks like. The box is just like the other Kakegurui one. You just have the yellow instead of the red because Yumeko had like a red orangey color. This is just yellow as the accent color, but it's just your basic Nendoroid box showing different poses. No design or anything, which is sad because Kakegurui, it would have been nice to see like cards or something. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing and we'll compare her after doing a couple of poses. So here she is right outside of the box. You have 3 faceplates. You have the standard smirk, a kind of irritated face, and then a shocked face, and then Kakegurui excited orgasm face. And see, this is where the lips look a little different than what they do on the box. The box, it kind of has like where the top and the bottom are have the lipstick, but actually the sides, it looks like the lipstick is on the sides, but it doesn't look as bad as I've seen. It looked like in some pictures and videos, it looked like the lips were all the way around as far as the molding, but it's just the top and the bottom that are molded. It's just that they decided to go ahead and paint the sides as well of the mouth. I do see some paint flaws already on mine. There's a couple of chips on the paint on the folded arms, but we'll deal with that later. And also something really weird, they taped her hair, which is really weird. Like, this is tape, and I'm kind of like, okay, now I'm kind of nervous to take the tape off because I'm afraid it's going to mess with the paint. But I just thought that was a little odd. But she comes with her cross-armed, 2 different arms with a couple different hands, and then, of course, the pet necklace. Yumeko comes with one as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get her up and put in a couple different poses. Okay, so I'm going to do this review a little bit different just because this is probably one of the most upsetting releases I've seen in a while. The quality is absolutely horrid. I really think it came from them taping, them taping up stuff while the paint is still settling. And I really don't think that they should have used tape at all. It really did kind of, if you can see that, like there's even like a little pattern of like a fingerprint from somebody putting the tape on. Like, look how bad that is. Like, that is horrible. That is like the worst paint I've seen in like forever. And you can even see like a little bit right here, not as bad. But yeah, like it's basically like the damage is all the way around. It was just primarily in the front because that's where the most force was put with the tape. But yeah, like hands down that really just irritates me. The crossed arms, you know, there is a little bit here and there. But I would have forgiven that if it wasn't for the monstrosity that is that hairpiece. Like, look at that. Just look at that. Like, there's pieces that have chipped off. There's prints from, I mean, I'm definitely going to be asking for a replacement part, but like, it wouldn't surprise me if they told me that this is just a common thing with her Nendoroid, because I really do think it's from the tape. But anyways, this is the first pose that I chose, the one with the cross arms. I didn't put it all the way in because it does feel like it's a little bit on the thick side, and I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to put the default arms back in. But yeah, like, super. And I mean, like, you can even tell like the little now I didn't have as much problem with these like falling off. Well, I say that and it falls off. But yeah, very, very cheaply done. So I would only, I'm saying this now, and I've even put her in 3 different poses. If Mary is not your favorite character, or if you prefer Yumeko, like, avoid this Nendoroid like the plague. I am kind of feel bad that I fell for it and opened her up. Mary is my favorite. Like, I love Mary to death. But the scale figure that I unboxed a couple months ago is definitely worth more of your time and money than this is. Like, this is like very, very sad. I know I'm not normally like the positive person when it comes to like Nendoroids, and I'm very particular, but this one, like, you just have to admit, like, this one's just, it's very sad. Anyways, I'm gonna put her enough depression talk. Let's go ahead and put her in another pose. Here is the second pose. It just changed out her arm. But yeah, so just changed out this arm right here, and changed out the faceplate. It's a cute faceplate. Still, it's not like the Kakegurui crazy faceplates you buy this for. But yeah, that's the second pose. The arm was a little bit difficult to change out. The peg, for the peg seemed a little bit big for this arm. But still, it doesn't, with the slits in the arm, like, it doesn't look as bad when the arms are bent, or they're not as noticeable. But anyways, let's go ahead and put her in some crazier poses. So here is the funny shocked face. I may put her in this until I get a replacement for her hair, because she's just shocked at how bad her quality control was for her release. But yeah, this is a fairly simple pose. I actually, like, I'm going to stop real quick and see, because I don't use let's put them side by side. I don't really use the straight arms for Yumeko. So I could see if they match, but looking at it, I think Mary's uniform is slightly brighter than Yumeko's. But I'm going to test it out anyway and see. Okay, so this is going to look morbid because you don't have her. I took her head off to try to do it. But yeah, they're not going to fit. I guess it's because of her bust being bigger that her mold was different, so it's not going to be able to fit. But I still think that you can use some of the hand parts. I'm going to try using one of the hand parts that holds the cards, and see if that will work with Mary. Okay, and here's the final pose of the day, and I actually did get to use Yumeko's hand. It does look a little bit bigger, but it pulls it off seamlessly. So you can use like the like that, or the cash, because she has another hand that has her holding cash, Yumeko's does, and you can interchange those with Mary. So if I was to put her in a pose, it would be this. But I'm not going to put her in a pose just until I see if I can get a replacement for the horrendous hair, the horrendous hair debacle. Yeah, because that's very disconcerting right there. Like, I don't understand who was like, okay, it's a good idea just to tape her hair. Like, there was no reason for it other than to try to keep these on, but you end up damaging the entirety of the hairpiece or the paint beforehand. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, let's package one and see, or package one way and package one the other way, and see, after a couple days, which one opened up looks, comes out better. But I'm sure they're going to have floods of requests for this, which scares me because of the fact if there's floods of requests, they'll be like, well, it's just a staple on the release, which that will really upset me and probably make me sell this for like super cheap. Because there's no way else of getting rid of it. That's the sad part. We sit here and we pay top dollar for characters we love, and then when it comes out, it's basically bootleg quality. And then if we don't get a replacement, like, what are we supposed to do with that? Like, I'm not going to display this, and I'm not good enough at painting to really repair it. I would feel like you'd have to strip the paint and like basically start over. I mean, like, my thing is like, Yumeko, she came out years ago. I think she was like 2018. She is like the pinnacle of like quality of Nendoroid. Like, this is why, this is the reason why people go and they pay money for these. But now that they keep pushing more and more out, it feels like some of these releases just get the crap end of the deal, and you end up getting a real subpar product because of it. So I don't know. I'm just very, very irritated with the release, because I mean, like, to me, like, the majority of it, all you have to do is make sure that the hairpiece is good. I mean, I know I can be a little bit picky, but like, look at this. Like, look at that. Like, that's not being picky. That's just ridiculous. That right there. Like, that is utterly ridiculous for something you're paying, $50 to $60 depending on shipping. But yeah, like, I guess this is the reason why I'm scaling back some of my Nendoroid purchases, even though it doesn't look like I am. But yeah, I think certain properties get better releases than others. I haven't heard any complaints about the HoloLive Nendoroids, but like, I'm not into HoloLive, so. But anyways, I hope this wasn't too much of a downer. I hope that y'all take this into consideration before purchasing her. Or if you're on the fence about her, it kind of gives you like I might need to steer clear from this one. But anyways, I may go ahead and do an unboxing video of Marin, just to kind of like, well, hopefully she'll, knock on whatever this is. Hopefully her release will be better and will kind of uplift my spirits. Because Mary was like, I absolutely adore Mary. And for her to be done dirty like this, it just really, it really upsets me. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the recent dip in quality control, and if you see a light at the end of the tunnel, or if us Nendoroid collectors are just gonna begin to fizzle out, because I have seen the community kind of like die down a little bit as of recent, and I think a lot of it does have to come from the quality control. Anyways, Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.